All those people that used to go for lesson, you people used to go and do fashion parade, you used to go and carry babes in all those IELTS. Like, think I did not know.
Like that, she my brother. We gon' live forever. On the island to the mainland, pulling up, bring up your mom. Yeah, 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 yeah. We gon' live forever. We gon' live forever. Like that, she my brother. We gon' live forever. On the island to the mainland.
What's good, my friend? It's your boy Rex today, tomorrow, and forever. For those of you that know me, but in case you do not know me, guess what? Now you fucking know. It is yet another video. And guys, today, wow, I just want to say thank you guys for the views and support. I actually passed 250 subscribers right now. Little wins matter a lot, so I'm happy, I'm grateful. Thanks guys. My last video just hit 2k views, and that's a great thing. That's a very great thing. Okay guys, so I'm finally in Canada, and guys, I'm living my best life. I guess it has not been easy so far, I'm not gonna lie, because I have been applying for jobs every goddamn day. And you know the funny part and the annoying part is you have to be writing CVs and resumes and cover letters for every single job that you're applying for. It's really tiring. Oh my days. But guys, this video I'm going to be doing today is to tell you guys about my immigration story, to let you guys know how I did it. I'm not going to go too much into details because I'm just going to be telling you guys my experience. So it is left to you to do your research based on what I've said and ensure that you have the adequate information. Trust me, everything you're looking for is online. So you guys should stay tuned. If you've got to this point of the video and you want me to continue, okay, there was a pause there. If you want me to continue, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button right now. Hit the like button right now. And also share my video to your friends and family. Love always. Vibes gang, I'm back. And guys, trust me, I cannot put all this information in my head. You get me? So I have to, write some important things down. So you need to what? Get your pen and paper and jot things down. So in order for you to do what? In order for you to take things away. Okay, yeah, I just did it just too funny. Shout out just too funny. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about my immigration story, okay? So, but first of all, if you're looking to leave your country to come to Canada, there are several ways you can do that. You can do that by applying for permanent residency. You can do that by furthering your education. That is, doing masters, doing another degree. There's several ways you can do all of that just to leave your country, right? But I'm not going to be going into the information about, furthering your education because I'm not here to further my education. I am here to, to stay and work. You get me? So I applied for permanent residency. Sorry, 1 second. Very hot. It's very hot. Okay, guys. So I applied for permanent residency, and I got to understand when I was applying that there are two streams to permanent residency. The first would be the express entry stream, and the second would be provincial nomination stream. I know that there are several other streams for permanent residency, but these are the two main streams that I know about. So if you want to know more about other permanent residency stream, you can do your research on your own, okay? So I know about the express entry stream and I know about the provincial nomination stream, okay? But I'm not going to be talking about the express entry stream today. I'm going to be talking about the provincial nomination program, which is a stream I used. So if you want to know more about the express entry stream, you can actually Google it, do your research online, and that will be great for you. I'm sure there is enough information online that you can do, because that's what I did. I just went online and looked for the one that was better, and I saw that the provincial nomination stream was better for me. If you want to know why I thought it was better for me, keep watching this video. Don't skip any part of this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, okay? So first of all, when I was doing my research about permanent residency, I came across express entry stream, right? So I found out that the band score that's the cutoff that they were going to be asking for, I wasn't going to have it, because if I calculate my points like that, I wasn't going to get the point, and I would be very long on the queue before it's going to get to my time. You get what I'm saying? So I just looked at the other option and I saw a provincial nomination program stream, right? So the provincial nomination program stream is just the way of a province. That's, let's take for instance in Nigeria, it's just like a state. Take for instance Lagos State. Lagos State is a province under Nigeria, just like Manitoba is, just like Saskatchewan, to Ontario, Prince Edward Island, Nunavut, all that. So Manitoba is a state in Canada. So that it's a province in Canada. So that's why it's called Provincial Nomination Program. So I just looked at it, and luckily for me, I am lucky to have a cousin in Canada. Thank God. Because if not for God and them, this wouldn't have been possible right now. You get? So I'm so grateful. Shout out to the Subars. I'm very, very grateful to you guys. Always. Okay? So luckily for me, I have a cousin in Canada, and they stay in Manitoba, right? And looking at the Provincial Nomination Program, I saw that Manitoba actually have a provincial nomination program. So I was like, okay, great, let's try it through that way. Because the sweet part about it is that when you get nominated, I think you get automatic 600 points for the permanent residency stuff, right? So that 600 points, trust me, you're going to be like way on top of the table, even if you are going to get drafted later, blah, blah, blah. Do you get what I'm saying? So I opted for the provincial nomination program stream, and I told my cousins about it. The first question they asked me was, have you written IELTS? And I was like, no. Then they told me, okay, you need to go write IELTS. So put that as your number one. First thing you need to do, if you're ever thinking about doing the permanent residency program, write IELTS, okay? IELTS is an English language test that you need to write if you're ever going to come to Canada to do anything, be it school, be it permanent residency, or whatever it is you're coming here to do. You're going to need to write IELTS. So Canada has two official languages, which is French and English. So if English is part of the language that you guys speak in your country, write an English test. Make it easy for you. But if you guys speak French a lot, write a French test, make it easy for you. You know, but not everywhere in Canada they speak French a lot. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you want to be speaking French all the time, you go to places like Quebec, you go to places like Montreal and all those things. Yeah. So write IELTS. And the perk about IELTS is they have a band score of 9.0. That is the highest band score you can get. But the cutoff for Canada, I think, is around 7.0. The cutoff is 7.0. So if you can get 7.0 and above, you're good. I think it's now, it's 7.0. I think now it's 7.0 because last time I checked, it was 7.0. I think during my time, when I did that back in 2019, it was 6.5, I guess. But my IELTS, I had about 7.5, you know. Yeah, so IELTS, you're going to write a speaking test, you're going to do a reading test, you're going to do a listening test, and a writing test, okay? So you're going to do all these 4 tests, and all these tests, you need to have like an average, you know. You cannot be getting 4 here, be getting 8 here. It needs to be balanced. Every test has to be at least like 6.0, 6.0, 6.0. Do you get what I'm saying? But above 6.0. So you can be able to get a band score of 7 and above for you to get a cutoff. So you have to get a band score of 7.0 out of 9. Okay? That's that about your IELTS. So you can go online, search about IELTS, how to book the test or the exam. It doesn't. That's in an exam. That thing is an exam, because if you fail it, it's 85,000 naira in the bin, and you have to pay another money to write another test. So you get. So please do not fail your IELTS test. Ensure you prepare very well for it. All those people that used to go for lesson, you people used to go and do fashion parade, you used to go and carry babes in all those IELTS. Like, you think I did not know? You think I next to see you people? Just ensure that you prepare very well so you not fail your IELTS test. Did you hear me? So confirm. So that's that about IELTS. I hope I've done enough explanation. And if you still don't understand very well, you can just go online and do your research and browse about it, okay? Don't let me waste too much time on IELTS. So I've explained the thing about provincial nominations and their scores, which is automatic 600 points that they give you when you're nominated by the province, right? And for express entry, I think the last cutoff was 542 the last time I checked. So you see, if you're doing express entry, you need to probably have a certificate in Canada. You need to have someone living in Canada, a relative. You need to have a good qualification. Your age has to be a good one. There's a lot of requirements for express entry. So, but if express entry is faster, it is faster because you don't have to go through the stress of doing provincial nomination before you now go ahead to do the main permanent residence application, right? Express entry, you're going straight into the permanent residence application. if you understand what I'm saying. So, if you're doing express entry, good for you. If you have all the qualification, all the requirements, I would advise you to go for express entry. But people like us, that we need to, you need to go through provincial nomination. And trust me, it's not as fast as you think, but I'll get into details right now. Okay, so I'm going to talk about provincial nomination, right? There are several provinces that offer this stream. You can check online for that. I know Manitoba does. I know Saskatchewan does. I know Ontario does. I know, I don't know about New Brunswick, Nova Scotia. I don't know about other places. But you can check online for provinces that actually offer provincial nomination programs, right? And that would be great for you. Trust me. You should check it out. So, but I personally, I did Manitoba provincial nomination program, right? And it worked out for me. I started the process in 2019, but I guess it was really late due to COVID because I got into Canada in 2022, right? My general permanent residency application by the federal government got approved in May 2022. Since 2019, it was a crazy roller coaster. I'm going to tell you guys about it, okay? It was a roller coaster of patience and emotions. I'm going to say that, and I'm going to say this to the game. If you want to test your patience, apply for a Canadian permanent residency clinical, and you will see the kind of patience I have. Even me, I did not know that I have this kind of patience in my life, but I did. So guys, the permanent residency program through the provincial nomination program that I did was through Manitoba. Wow, 2 truths in 1 sentence. So I used Manitoba provincial nominee program, and my cousin husband told me a lot about it, and he told me to do my research about it. So I did my research also. You should also do your research. So they actually asked for quite a lot of documents, and you need to prove. The main thing that you're proving to the province is you've been working in your home country and you are coming to their province to actually develop their economy. And actually, if you are going to get nominated, you have to be working in one of their NOC, which is their, I think it's a code for their work. There are certain, jobs that are regulated under the NOC, and that's what you need to be doing in your home country for you to get notified or nominated. Me, I was an IT specialist back in Nigeria. I was working as an IT support. I was working as IT specialist, and it was actually regulated here in Canada. So it was easy for me because because you're going to need a recommendation letter from where you're working, and that company that you're working at has to be at least 5 years old. So you need a recommendation letter from them that you've been working for them at least 3 years, and you're getting this certain amount. You get. I'll tell you why a certain amount is very essential. I'll get to that. Okay, so you need to let them know that you're getting a certain amount from this company and they're doing you well. Do you get what I'm saying? That's one of the things you should write down when you're doing your provincial nomination, right? For Manitoba, I had to present a recommendation letter from where I was working for them. So I submitted a recommendation letter. I submitted all my necessary documents, my birth certificate, my this, my that, blah, 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 blah. All those necessary documents that your school certificates, all those things that are essential to you, right? So after that, then they asked for proof of funds. Now, this is why I said you need to be making a certain amount from the company you're working for. Fine. So they asked for proof of funds, and the proof of fund has to be at least, I think, $13,000. It has to be at least $13,000 within the space of 6 months, I guess. I don't know. You can still do your research. That was then. I don't know what it is now, right? So I had to do a proof of fund of about $13,000. Now, in my proof of funds, I didn't say you should go and be lying about your work. In my proof of fund, my salary was included. Do you get what I'm saying? My salary was included in my proof of funds. So they could see that, I was really collecting salary from this company. Right? I was really collecting salary from this company. And the money I said I was collecting in my recommendation letter was in my proof of funds. That's in my bank statement. So I'm not lying about where I worked. So there is no thing that is showing that I'm lying about where I worked or how much I was collecting blah blah blah. There was nothing like that. If you're working at the company that is giving you recommendation and the money they're giving you is not enough for you to do your proof of fund, and you're also doing business that is bringing you other money, you can put it there. Like you're bringing you other money, just submit your proof of fund. Just ensure that where you're working is the account that you're using to receive your salary you're submitting, and that's the only account that you're using for at least 6 months. Do you get what I'm saying? So all your funds can be recorded and can be real. So they will not have doubts about how you're making money or suspicions or anything. Do you get what I'm saying? So ensure everything works well for you. Okay, if you don't understand this part, you can message me directly on any of my socials or email me. I'll answer the question for you. All right, so that's that about the proof of funds. And another thing that I think is essential is you having a family member right here in Canada, and particularly in the province that you are applying to. That is essential because the main reason why you're doing provincial nomination is because you have a family member in the province that you're trying to use to get the provincial nomination, right? Okay, so not like you are using them, God please, oh, I know some may go use and do jazz. You hear me so, but yeah, your family member is actually approving that, oh, this person is my family member and I want the person to come in through me because the person is good. I know the person very well. They are actually vouching for you. They're putting a lot on the line to bring you in through them, because if you mess up, it's going to fuck up things about them and they won't be able to bring any other person in. So you don't want to be that bastard in the family that they brought in and he's doing like person that has shoko in his head, and you're going to be spoiling another person's record that they will not be able to bring in another person. Don't let them regret that they helped your life. If they hear me so, confirm. So that about that, you have to prove that you have a family member, and the family member that you are proving that you have, we are not talking about mama, Nkechi, brother, sisters, uncle, wife, brother, auntie, sister, uncle, brother, team. All those things are not family members. In the hear me so, family member that we're talking about are your cousins, your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, like very close relatives, right? You can really prove that, oh, this person is my cousin. You can really prove that this person is my brother, this person is my sister. So my cousin actually is married, right? So she already has a husband's name. So there were a lot of proving to do for me because she has a husband's name. And how she's my cousin is she's my dad's sister's child. I'm not confusing you now. She's my dad's sister's child. So my dad's sister also changed her surname when she got married. So there was nothing literally linking me to my cousin at that point. But when I submitted it, they were like, they sent back my application. When I submitted my application for the provincial nomination, they sent it back and it was like, I need to show proof that this person that I'm talking about is my cousin. She gets. So I had to go get my auntie's birth certificate from Bumbolo to Boyes. I had to go to the village. It's not a village, but it was still in Lagos. I had to go to Abule to go and bring her birth certificates to show proof that my dad, they're actually brothers and sisters. And it was I had to just do all the linking. My auntie had to do affidavit to show all these things, but everything showed the proof. Everything was proven, and I submitted back, and boom, I started waiting. And that's that about that, right? Once your documents check out, they don't have any problem with you. Don't just lie. Even if you won't lie, ensure say your lie now better lie we carry brain. So that's that about that. Okay, so after the application was submitted, then it was time to wait for my application to be approved by the Manitoba government. So when they sent my application back, that actually slowed down my waiting time a bit, because they gave me about 2 months to submit the proof that my cousin was my cousin. So that actually slowed down my application time, because once they send back your application for additional documents, then they start the whole counting from the beginning again. And mind you, when I was waiting for this for about 3 months. It came back after 3 months that I should submit additional document. Then they have to start counting again. And the wait time should be about 6 to 9 months, or 4 to 6 months, or 4 to 8 months. Let's just say 4 to 8 months. That's the actual waiting time for Manitoba Provincial Nomination Program to be accepted or to be approved, right? So it took about 9 months for me after I actually sent my additional documents. But it was due to COVID. Normally, I see people online, they say, oh, they got theirs within 3 months. Some people got it within 4 months. But max I saw was 5 months. But mine was going to 6, was going to 8. I was like, and people, you did not know that I am waiting for something. People should stop kaya me. It's okay now. I was like, yeah. I was waiting and waiting and waiting. Then my brother was like, email these people now. Email these people. I was like, no, that all this count, you calm down. I was saying patience. When the thing hooked me, I go look for their email. So I actually went to look for their email and I emailed them. And they were like, oh, that they're sorry about it. It was due to COVID, blah, 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 that we still need to wait a little bit longer. And I was like, oh, wow. But surprisingly, the next 2 days, I got an email that, congratulations, you have been nominated, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, so I was like, oh wow. Apparently, my application has been accepted, but I think they forgot to send me the acknowledgement email, right? But it was sent to me and I was happy because then I knew that yes, finally, I have automatic 600 points and I had to start the process of, the main permanent residence application. So guys, when the nomination came, it came with a package in the email where they said that I have to fill out the forms manually. Yeah, I had to download the forms and fill them out online in my Adobe software, right? So I had to fill out the forms, then print them out and mail them physically. So that's what is called a paper application. So in case you're going through the provincial nomination stream, you might be asked to do a paper application. That's what I know for most provincial nomination. So that's why I know that most provincial nomination program people do. They do paper applications mostly. I don't know if they do online applications, but I never found out about that. You can check that online. If you see it, fine. So that was that about the Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program. I know I might have left out some information that I did not say, but guys, I'm only talking about my experience. So please do your research. Please do your research. And please do your research. Okay? So that was that about that. Then I now enter the main struggle, which is applying for the COCO, the Ingidibu, the Ogbontarigi, the Ogapatapata of them all, which is the permanent residency with the Canadian government. Good. At this point, bear in mind that I already have 600 automatic points. That's a big man thing, yeah? So they gave me 3 months to fill out that application and send it back to the Canadian government, right? Bear in mind that there was a permanent residency fee that I was meant to pay, which is about $1,400 and something dollars. There was a courier fee that I was meant to pay. I used GPS at that point. This is not a problem for UPS, but I used GPS at that point. There were also some other fees that I had to pay. Everything was amounting to about. I also did my biometric fee immediately at that point because I knew that if I held that money in my hand, the money is gonna dry. You get me? So I immediately paid for the biometrics too because I had the option to do that. So everything was settled, right? So I filled out the application. And that, of course, with the help of my cousin. My cousin was a big help. My cousin's husband too was, that man. See, that man, OG, you hear me, OG. He told me, because there was a time that I needed to, do this thing. I didn't know anything about it. I did research. I was so blocked. Then I just called him on video call. And he said that, that he was going to call me another day that we'll do it together. And I called him, he helped me fill there are some that he said I should not do by myself. I can't read about it for myself. He was trying to teach me how to, do things on your own. Because guys, in this Canada, there's a lot of DIY. So if you don't know how to do your own research in Canada, guys, you are going to be like the breeze in the sky. Okay, so guys, so we filled it out and it was time to print and sign on some parts. So I did that. I attached the necessary things. Well, guys, I'm just happy for the time that I paid for that application because then I think Canadian dollars was about 300 and something, right? I think it was about 300 and something. So it was easy for me. I paid. Let me just give you a tip. If you have a friend in Canada that needs Naira, send them the Naira. Let them pay for you in dollars because that's what I did, right? So that's that about that. So after that, I sent my application through UPS to the given address that was there. That's the postal code and all that. So I sent it to Canada. I think it was in Nova Scotia. I think their office was in Sydney, Nova Scotia or something. So that's where I sent it. And when I sent it, I could not track my application. I could not see if they have received my application. All I knew was that I sent my application to Canada. I went back to the UPS office, and when I'm saying UPS office, this UPS office was like 30 minutes drive from my house. Do you get what I'm saying? I went back to the UPS and I was asking them that because I want to know if the package that I sent has gotten to where it's meant to go. They said it has gotten there. And I was there looking like, am I not supposed to receive a notification that, oh, guy, your application has been received by the Canadian government. Your waiting time is blah, 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 blah. I did not receive anything. I waited and waited. 1 month went by, 2 months, 3 months. I say, no. As I took my laptop, I was doing research. I called my cousin. My cousin said, I don't know. Call my husband. I called my OG. I was like, boss, wait till they happen. The man was like, calm down. That you will get it. Kiniko. I was like, this in my mind was like, yeah. This is what my mind was. I was like, waiting they happen. Waiting they flap. Yeah? So I now got to understand that, okay, it takes about 3 months then to acknowledge your application. And that is called AOR, which is Acknowledgement of Receipt, right? So I was like, okay, let me wait 3 months. Because that was about 2 months, right? I waited 3 months, nothing. I was like, Kilo Babu, what is going on? I waited 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. I called OG again. That was my cousin's husband. I called OG. I was like, OG, waiting a sub. 6 months don't pass. I never hear anything. I've not had anything. What's going on? What's happening? What is fra pa pa pa? And I was like, calm down. This calm down way they talk. Wait till you calm down again. I was like, this thing is taking too long. Although I saw online that the waiting time for the Canadian permanent residence is actually 12 to 15 months, right? But bear in mind that I did not have an online platform. I did not have an online profile. So I was like, what would I do like this? Nobody to ask question. I called the Canadian Immigration Office at the point because I was very frustrated. They put me on the waiting list. I was waiting. I had to cut the call because, the Niger credit they use now. So I was waiting again and I went to check this. So I was waiting again. I went to check online, guys. It got me joining different forums. I joined like so many forums of Canadian permanent residents, Mpnp. I had like 5 WhatsApp groups that I was on for people that were also on paper-based application, that were also complaining about them not receiving any information. And so people will come and drop on the group that, oh guys, I got my acknowledgement of request, I got my biometric request, I got my this, I got my that. I was like, Jesus Christ, what is going on? Am I a priest? Can't you see that means that I am waiting for days? Oh my days, guys. I was waiting prayers, and I would see people that would come, they'd be like, oh wow guys, I got my passport request today, biometrics done this day, this and that. I was like, when it will reach my turn like this? I kept waiting. I sent emails. I tried to do a request of application number. I tried to do a request of different things, but no replies. Like I didn't have enough information. So guys, I was like, okay, let's calm down. So I waited. I was just browsing online. Then I got to see something like GC Key. GC Key is where you can create your own profile. It's actually for people like Express Entry and stuff. Because Express Entry, your application is online. You can be able to monitor your application. So that's the perk of paper-based and online application. Well, we that we are paper-based, we cannot see anything where we've not gotten any information. So I kept waiting. I called OG again. OG got to a point, OG stopped replying. That's how bad it was. Because I was getting frustrated almost a year or more than a year, so I did not hear anything. So I'm going to tell you guys now, patience is key. Patience is virtue. People kept talking about backlogs due to COVID-19, blah, 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 blah. So I just kept being positive, right? All those people that were saying, oh, they got their own this and that. I was like, oh, wow, congratulations. Can you come? I even got to meet some scammers that were trying to, get to me because of all those forums that I joined. So they would try to come to my WhatsApp. They would tell me that, oh, if I want to get my application approved so fast, I should pay so amount. At this day, I was just looking at all of them. Who na on scam? Una the mentor. Don't be me when I go scam. You don't know who I be. So guys, after then I just waited. I just kept working. I took it out of my mind that I was actually doing anything like that. That was what I did. I was like, oh yeah, this thing, just do what you want to do. I don't even care anymore. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't care. Just do your thing. So I stayed. So beginning of 2022, I went to church. Prayer works, guys. Trust me, you should actually pray because it might help you. I felt like prayer was the one that helped me get the result I have today. So after that, I waited again and kept waiting. But January 10th, I can remember, January 10th, my cousin was the first person to receive an email, and immediately she called me that, hey,